What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Dishes and Fishes, where I show you how to cook and set hooks. Today we're going to be talking about one of the most tried and true bass fishing lures. It just flat out works no matter what time of year it is, especially when it's tough. Rubber worms. Rubber worms are also called Senkos sometimes because Gary Yamamoto's company kind of made them famous. His company calls them Senkos. But the good thing about Senkos is they work year-round. You can fish them a bunch of different ways, and they don't require much action to actually be effective. So I want to share with you my top 5 ways to rig up a rubber worm that I'll guarantee you catch a fish with. Number 5 is a Texas rig. Texas rig is a term that you'll hear thrown around in the fishing world quite a bit because you can rig any soft plastic Texas rig. Basically, all this means is you use a wide gap hook. You slide the hook point just a little bit into the head of your bait. Slide the bait around to the top of the hook. Then you want to kind of line up where the bait would lie straight on the hook. Put that portion of the bait through the hook. And then tuck the hook point in the bait so it's weedless. Texas rig worms are awesome because you can skip them under docks pretty easily. They don't require a bunch of action, just a little bit of twitching. Most of the action with rubber worms is just kind of natural on the fall. I like to throw Texas rigs on weed lines because they can get through it very easily. One thing I'll say is make sure you're watching your line because oftentimes it happens pretty fast when a fish comes out and nabs it. Number 4 is on a drop shot. There are times of the year when the fish just won't bite anything and they will still bite a drop shot Senko. To do this, all you need is a drop shot or a Wacky Rig hook, and you're going to tie that on with a Palomar knot, and you're going to leave an extra long tag end. Drop shots must be in contact with the bottom, so if you're fishing a bottom that has 2 feet of grass, you want to leave a 2-foot leader, and that worm will kind of float right above the grass. After you're done tying, you stick that tag end through the eye of the hook, and that's going to cause your hook to sit out straight, and that's going to give you the most natural looking presentation. Afterwards, you want to clip or tie on a drop shot weight to that tag end, and that's going to weigh that rubber worm down to the bottom. It doesn't take much action to work a drop shot either. Just kind of cast it out and drag and hop it across the bottom and wait for that little tick, tick, tick and set the hook. Number 3 is a Ned Rig. To set up a Ned Rig, all you do is cut off a small portion of a rubber worm. I usually use the tail portion. And you're going to rig this up on a mushroom head Ned hook. So slide the hook point up your chunk of worm like this. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then just hop or drag it across the bottom and it works great. The whole point of the Ned Rig is that the worm will actually sit upright on the bottom. It'll stand perfectly vertical and it'll kind of look like a little bait fish nibbling on something on the bottom or something. But all I know is that it works really well, especially for smallmouth. Number 2 is a Wacky Rig. Wacky rigs flat out catch fish no matter where you are, what time of year. If I'm taking somebody that's pretty inexperienced and I don't think they can necessarily get good action on a lot of lures, I'll give them a Wacky Rig, and a lot of times they slam them. Like last year, I actually took my mom out, I gave her a Wacky Rig, and she tore it up.
Checking in, out here with Ma Dukes. Take a peek in her live well. She got 3 largies already. Talk to you soon.
To do this, all you need to do is slip on a few O-rings onto your worm, put your Wacky Rig hook through your O-rings like this. Then all you do is kind of cast that wacky worm out, maybe shake it around a little bit, but again, on the fall, it produces a lot of natural action and fish will come out and slam it. And number 1 is actually a Neko Rig. This is kind of like a Wacky Rig, only you insert a nail weight into the head of the bait. And I actually already did a video on Nico rigging, which I'll put in the description below. So if you had to go fishing with one lure and the conditions are extremely tough, bring a rubber worm, try these 5 methods, and I know you'll hook up. Thanks for watching.